was scary. I don't know. It fucked me up recently.
Maybe being a man was just the worst thing they could imagine a person could be. They're like, but what do we do at the end? Well, what's the worst thing that a woman could ever be? A man. Yeah, that's true. Let's make that the ending.
So that reminded me of the Prodigy video.
Smack my bitch up.
Yeah, that was...
Hardcore Henry? Have you seen Hardcore Henry?
No.
It's the best sequel to Smack My Bitch Up I've ever seen in my life. Because it's all first person the whole time, and you never really get to see... You get to see Henry for a second, but it doesn't really matter. He looks like Sylvester Stallone. And but I remember staying up super late, really late, to watch the Smack My Bitch Up video, just because they would put Kurt Loder would come up and be like, hey, guys, I don't know, if you really want to do it. He would just warn you, very, very extensively to just maybe you don't want to see this. And then you just get to watch
ladies
this
and gentlemen, be very careful.
And then she looks in the mirror and I was like, boom!
Mind blown.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Smack My Bitch Up video?
No.
Oh, what?
I haven't. But I just...
Spoiler.
My bad, sorry.
I didn't know that I hadn't ever... I didn't even know this, but I had not seen Friday the 13th until, last week. The first one.
Yeah.
I guess any of them. I thought that I had seen it.
Did you watch Halloween?
And then it starts... Maybe,
yeah.
I think I just got it confused with, a Nightmare on Elm Street.
What?
Sure, fine, I understand. They're all different movies. Okay.
No. I was going to say, I don't think I've seen any of them.
Oh, goodness.
I don't think I've seen any of them. I don't think I've seen any of the Friday the 13th. I don't think I've seen any of the...
We should have a horror...
None of the Nightmare on Elm Street, though. I did watch I believe it was a 6-hour documentary on the making of Nightmare on Elm Street.
6?
Yeah, I didn't watch the first 2 hours.
Yeah.
I just I walked in after a rehearsal and my husband was watching it, and when he's watching something, I don't try to make him stop. I'm not like, well, I'm here now, let's watch what I want. I was just like, okay, this is on, and I sat down and I was like, oh, okay, and I was like, oh, this is a documentary about a movie I've never seen. And then I just watched it for a while, and then I just sort of let it go, and then 2 hours passed, and I was looking, and I go, hey, this movie doesn't seem to be ending anytime soon. When did it start? And he's like, hold on, and he pauses it, and it's maybe halfway through, but there's still 3 more hours. I'm like, what the fuck?
On just the first one, making the first
No, it's on every one.
The entire series.
It's on the whole series.
It's
it goes through everything.
Story.
Yeah,
I mean, it really is an incredible story. That any of those.
It didn't matter that I hadn't seen it actually to make it interesting, because it was about how the story was so unusual, and that they where it came from, and then how the critical acclaim, and then the guy who plays Freddy Krueger saying how weird it was to have little kids with dolls, because it was the character was a child molester, so it was really horrifying for them to like him. And then it was just a whole bunch of weird wackiness. It's a good, if you've seen it and you're interested in that stuff, it tells you everything. You learn about, which roadie was the best one to give head,
There's one that's about... There's one that's where Freddy attacks people making...
the new Nightmare.
Street. Yeah.
Isn't that one of them? It's one of the later ones.
It's one of the later ones.
There's one about, closet, being a closet homosexual and kind of
there's 2, I think.
And you get killed for being closeted because
no, it's about
should just be yourself.
No, yeah,
and that's the lesson.
The main character is kind of struggling with it,
and the Care Bears come
and
out.
I think
Freddy
the
just
producers
rips it out of
didn't know. Yeah. So.
I don't know. I just watched that one on Netflix, Hush, about the girl who's deaf and gets attacked.
It's in my list, but I haven't watched it.
It's very good. I've enjoyed it a lot. I would say, I believe the person who plays the bad guy, I believe I recognize him from some other movie. So it kind of ruined it for me a little bit, because I saw him and was immediately had that vibe of who that character was in my brain, and was like, oh, I've ruined it for myself now by knowing.
I finally saw the trailer for Lights Out.
Is that what it's
That's
called?
what you had mentioned to me. Yeah, and I'm super on board.
That looks creepy. Yeah.
That one's just like a ghost or
like a
thing that can
monster.
only exist in
Shadow.
the darkness. Yeah.
Oh, darkness. That's right. My bad. Yeah,
Shadow. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super excited to go see that. It looks creepy as shit.
That was one of when I had this strange fear when I was a kid, where if I was changing clothes, I had the stupid thought that when I put the shirt over my head, it would somehow change the world around me. And, like, that was the time period that monsters could come out.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I would, like, just rip it off as fast as I could. And then there was something another thing that caused me as a child to believe, like, oh, well, monsters live in closets because they're dark and they're under beds. I think it was at,
Everyone told you that.
well, there was that movie.
Small Monsters?
Yeah, Little
Monsters. With Howie
Mandel.
With Howie Mandel
That's
and Fred
what caused.
Savage? Yeah.
That's what caused this thought was like, oh, if they can come out of shadows, and then it was like,
Oh
there's
my
always a
God.
shadow under your feet. And that means a monster could always get you. Like,
Oh, man,
Oh
you just
my
like,
God.
yeah, it's just
all
like, you
around.
can't win.
I couldn't have my back to darkness. Like, if I left a room, I would leave the light on until, like I would have to face the room
Right.
and then back up into a lit room. You know what I mean? Like, I could cut that light off, but everything behind me needed to be lit.
So my parents' house is an old Victorian house, like 1900s, 1890s, whatever. And my room wasn't actually a room when we moved in. We, like, you know, put up a door and everything, but it had the only door to the attic.
Shit.
Yeah, so my closet was, like, you went up the stairs and then had to climb a ladder, and then there was... So whenever I needed to get clothes in the morning or anything, I had to go into this closet and, like, pick my clothes as I was, like, trying to stare at the ceiling, because, of course, monsters can't get you when you're staring at them. Is the worst. So then right below that was another door, because originally that was the servants' way to the kitchen or whatever.
Your servants?
Yes, my servants. And so there's kind of some shoddy craftsmanship there. And so, like, when you would go down the stairs, there was a landing and this small door. Like, it's just an odd sized door. And our computer room was right at the base of the stairs, and you could look up. So I was playing, like, horror video games. Alone in the Dark was one of, like, the first horror games I really played, which is super low polygon. There's maybe like 12 polygons in the whole thing. And so I'm playing this game, and I'd look up, and I had to pass by that small door to go to my room and then hide in my bed from the attic. And as you would come up the stairs every now and then, the door would just pop, and I would just, like, I'd just run past and slam my door and hide the best I could. So I'm so scared still to this day of, like, closets freak me out a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, it's the boogeyman. Like, I love the Ghostbusters cartoon, the boogeyman in that. I don't know if you've ever seen it. He's like this half goat, half human thing, kind of punk rockish. Love
like
it.
the original,
Like the Ghostbusters, the real Ghostbusters.
right?
Yeah. Which I own all on DVD if you want to borrow it.
I kind of do.
Yeah,
I kind of do, because they fought Cthulhu at one point.
it's a pretty amazing series,
Yeah.
especially considering they only had 10 songs they reused for all 800 episodes or however many were made.
I had no idea why Egon was blonde for some reason.
That's a weird thing. They
The voice,
They changed the voice actor on Venkman.
Venkman, who he did Garfield.
Right, but the reason they changed it was Bill Murray complained it didn't sound enough like him.
Yeah.
But some of the changes they made were apparently because of likeness rights, which is why why they made it blonde. But
because there was a Hanna-Barbera show called The Ghostbusters too, and that's why they had to call themselves the real. They were the real Ghostbusters.
They were the first Ghostbusters, right?
Okay,
The Ghostbusters actually had to license the name Ghostbusters, and if you ever watch, like, behind the scenes on the original Ghostbusters film, they actually use a couple of different names, like Ghost Blasters and things like that, because they didn't have the rights yet.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
It is so funny to think about those things that, like, now they're like, that's how they are forever. But when they were creating them, they were like, I don't know what we'll call this.
Yeah.
Just call it this thing for right now. Or entire people that have done entire movies just talking to a tennis ball.
That's true.
Yeah, like making Who Framed Roger Rabbit like almost killed Bob Hoskins. Like, he was just like, I'm never gonna do this shit again.
Right.
And then he went and did the Mario Brothers movie. And we almost just didn't get any more movies from Bob Hoskins after that. He was like
isn't
fuck
he
the
dead now?
90s.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but he tried. He did some stuff. You know, he did.
He went back to the theater.
It blew my mind when I found out he was British. I remember, like, I was like, oh boy, he was Eddie Valiant my entire life growing up, you know?
Right.
Or Mario, and Luigi Mario with the Mario Brothers.
Oh, that's so funny. I know exactly what you're talking about, but for some reason in my brain, I immediately went to, all of a sudden in my face, the face in my head was Bruno Kirby. And then I was like, he's not British. Oh, wait, no, we're not. We're talking about Bob Hoskins.
don't know who that is. I'm terrible with names.
Bruno Kirby. The reference that I have for him is that he's in When Harry Met Sally, and he's Harry's friend, and they go on the date when he first meets Sally.
Yeah, no, I know that one.
Sorry. He was in a lot of 80s movies. If you looked him up, you'd be
I've
seen him 4,000 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know them.
Also, clearly, he has a similar look to Bob Hoskins. So, similar, not at all. I'm sure they're very different. But,
I think it's
yeah, he's going to find that for us for sure.
Hey!
He's playing Pokemon.
Pocketmon. I am playing Pocketmon.
I was like, don't get involved with the Pokemon
He's the Godfather
now.
and stuff.
Do you say Pokemon or do you say Pokemon? Which one are you?
Pokemon? Who says Pokemon?
Japanese.
Well, I'm not Japanese.
I
also don't even play the game, so I say
I've met one
Pokemon.
Japanese person.
Yeah.
And talk to them. Well, like, if I met a Japanese person, I'd be like, so Pokemon, right? We're going to talk about Pokemon now. Like,
Pocket Monster, I think, is where it came from, right?
yeah. I mean, like, all together.
Pokemon.
But, I mean, did they pronounce their O's the same way we do?
Oh my god.
No. I mean, like Germans don't. Like, vowel inflection is different language to language. I didn't mean, like, did they know how to make O sounds? I wasn't like, have they figured out how to make their mouths?
They have like 3 sounds we don't.
Yeah, like we're ahead of the game.
Wendell's not like being super racist. He's just like legitimately asking.
Yeah. I'm just saying like
I'll get my older brother has lived there for 15 years.
Japan?
Yeah.
I was just about to ask actually if you were an only child. So
I've got a younger and an older. I'm the middle.
Oh, okay.
There it is.
Yeah.
We're only an hour in. We finally get it.
I get you now.
Middle child
You're a
syndrome.
middle child.
Yeah.
You are
100%.
the middle child.
100%.
Oh my god, this is going to change the dynamic of our relationship so intensely. Wow.
Do you not know about the middle child?
Yes.
Okay, you just looked at me in a weird fashion. I wasn't sure if you didn't understand the concept or didn't understand me.
No, Wendell's a middle child too.
Kind of. Well, like,
like,
is there
yeah.
an odd number in the front and the back?
I was like, no, you're the middle child.
Like, if we're talking about the kids my mom and my dad had, I'm the first one. But my dad, I have half brothers and sisters from my dad's first marriage. So yeah, I'm dead center taking into account them. But
well, you spent most of your life knowing most of them, didn't you?
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, so
They're my brothers and sisters. I don't ever like even throw like half or step or whatever into
well, it's like
it.
because I always say that like technically there's only me and my sister, but my cousin Georgia was raised with us so often that my sister has taken on middle child stuff because Georgia was always there getting the youngest child attention and craziness, and I was the older child, as I am.
Mm-hmm.
So she's very middle child in her way, even though technically she's the youngest, but really she's not. She's middle child.
Being the middle child is kind of great because I'm 4 years apart from both brothers. So we didn't have to, none of us went to high school together. But like so in junior high, I had all his cool high school friends as my friends. And then I got close to my little brother because he was in high school and I was in college, and he had some of my friends, his friends. So that worked out for me. But like my 2 brothers aren't super close because he went off to college while he was becoming a person really, and then and then moved to Japan, and he's kind of been there for 15, 16 years now. So yeah,
that's so wild.
Yeah.
What's he doing in Japan?
He's in like IT now. So
in Japan.
Yeah.
That's
he should come
so
back.
good.
I don't think he's
I was going to say he is going to be
paid as much as he should be, but there's a lot of problems with Japan when it comes to being a foreigner. So
is he really tall?
He is.
Yeah.
He's 6 something, I think.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Yeah.
And when he first went over there too, he had a huge beard and long hair. So he definitely stood out.
Just came out. Yeah, just came over like Neanderthal.
Yeah.
Rocking it.
What I do enjoy is his wife is Japanese, and when they come back to the States or when we visit them, she will forget words in Japanese, and he'll have to like tell her the words sometimes. That cracks me up. Cracks me up that he's done some sort of testing to like show that he's fluent in both writing and spoken language and all sorts of stuff, because he was doing teaching for a while. I was teaching English.
I was like, does she just speak English so often now that she's just dropping her Japanese?
No. I mean, she did. She went to college, and her major was in English. She just doesn't like to speak it around us for some reason. So, but